Hey everyone, I'm Riccio.
I'm Dan.
Somppi.
And welcome to part 3 of the Game of the Year, Unity Gaming's Game of the Year Awards 2012.
Unity Gaming of the Year.
Unity Gaming Games of the Game Year.
The most gaming of the year.
Unity's most gamed game of the game year. Game 2012. Game on. So our next category here that we're at, we left off with part 2.5 of Best Song in the Game, and before that, part 2 was Best Soundtrack.
Which people watching on YouTube might have not heard the Best Song in the Game one if it gets taken down, but that is still going to be up on iTunes.
Yeah.
Regardless.
Yeah.
So
Our next category is Best Voice Acting, or Best Voice Actor, or Best Voiced Character, let's say. Because Best Voice Acting sounds generic. So Best Voiced Character. And we're going to... You want me to read them off?
Yeah, go for it.
So we have in Darksiders 2, we have Death, who is voiced by Michael Wincott. We have Dear Esther, and we're talking about the narrator in that game, who is voiced by Nigel Carrington. Far Cry 3, we have Voss, and he's voiced by Michael Mando. Far Cry 3, we also have Sam, who is voiced by Stephen Bogart. Borderlands 2, we have Handsome Jack, who's voiced by Damian Clark. Max Payne 3, we have Max Payne, who is James McCaffrey. In The Walking Dead, we have Clementine, who is Melissa Hutchison. Wow, I totally failed that. Sorry. And for honorable mention...
Which is not winning anything, but you wanted to mention this.
In Chivalry, we have any scream that is yelling for Agatha. Voiced by whoever's screaming for Agatha. Whether it is you and your mic or...
Oh, man. Agatha!
So... I already have, sadly, fucking 3 winners for this for me.
Oh, yeah.
Who are you picking?
What are you picking?
Who am I picking? Fucking Voss from Far Cry 3, or Voss from Far Cry 3, Sam, and Clementine.
I would pick Voss, Handsome Jack, and I don't know, maybe Max Payne or Clementine. Those are up in the air.
The only one that I would maybe switch out would be Sam, and to pick Handsome Jack as well. Because if we're picking this in best voice character, in terms of somebody who seriously embodies some crazy ass person, Voss does such a fucking good job. Even though it's his own voice or whatever, but he just really takes that character to you feel like you're talking to a crazy person. Clementine manages to say so many goddamn emotionally, you feel it when she's talking to you in so many lines in that game. And for Sam, the only reason I would take him off is because he's just a generic, so not generic, but he has a good role, but it's his character that's good. Maybe it's not his voice.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Handsome Jack delivers you this jackass.
Oh, he does. He does a
awesome.
phenomenal job at portraying those lines.
Yeah.
My 3 are Voss, the Dear Esther narrator,
Okay.
and Handsome Jack.
I
feel like you guys should really consider the narrator for Dear Esther.
The reason I'm not picking the narrator for Dear Esther is because
it's the fact that he fucking makes the game. He is the one that builds that atmosphere, that adds that extra depth to the rest of the game, and that game wouldn't be the same if you didn't have that calm, chilling narration that he provides to the game. That is one of the key elements to that game, and I don't know that it would have been delivered as well in, say, a different accent or even a different voice. Watching the trailer for that fucking gave me chills listening to that voice.
The reason I'm not giving it to Dear Esther is because, yes, he has a great voice and he does it in a really awesome way. However, speaking from just myself, I've had that same type of experience with a narrator like that with Amnesia. The entire game, where it's a dude kind of narrating and talking to himself in that same kind of voice of uncertainty and telling you stuff and vagueness and just all that for everything that Daniel says to himself in Amnesia. So it was good, but I don't want to say, oh, I've seen it before, but it didn't hit the same amount of stuff because it's just, to me, it was just another kind of self-narrated almost type of game.
But
he did a good job, yes.
It's just phenomenally done. Dan, have you?
Yes, I've heard him speak. But I know who's winning this fucking category.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I know. No, I know who's. Not, I know he's not going to win it, but I really strongly think that it should be a runner-up.
I don't know about I don't know what a runner-up because
strongly think. That.
I think
Okay, well let me
go on.
say this from what I think is happening here.
Okay.
Because I think we have a winner and one runner-up cemented already.
Yeah.
I think we have Voss wins,
Yes.
Yeah.
and then Handsome Jack is a
Actually,
runner-up.
man, it's a toss-up between Vass or Clementine for me.
No.
Man. Oh my god.
No. Yeah, Clementine is a little girl and gives you so many feels, but the acting and just like the craziness of Voss and the way the the actor brings that to life is way better than the little girl being scared.
Vass is crazy for a lot of things he says, but also it's a lot of body language what you get throughout the game while he's telling it to you. Some things that Clementine can deliver in that game, she will say a line that you can almost feel like so much emotion coming from it that and it's some of the lines that she delivers caused fucking people in the world that play this game to just break down from that, and to deliver like that fucking like payload of emotion through like just a couple of lines without even having to have the character really move. And like Telltale doesn't have a shit ton of emotion in the faces. They do, but like in terms of actual like visual, just listening to Clementine talk, especially as you get to the later parts in Walking Dead, it's insane to hear a voice of a little girl who's been through so much shit. And I know it's hard to describe that for you guys because you haven't actually gotten that far.
In the same vein as you were saying you got different feelings from that with Dear Esther, I've been playing Persona 4 lately, and there are a similar character almost to Clementine in that game. And again, I'm getting the same thing from both those characters.
Okay.
So I don't find it that unique. I haven't seen anything like Voss or Handsome Jack.
Yeah, I know.
Before.
But Clementine, it's hard. It's hard because man, I really wish you guys got farther in that. It's like I know you've said it. You said you've experienced it with Persona, but had you experienced like Walking Dead going like day and day with releases or like whatever, just doing them as they came out, and maybe feeling her character first, or I don't know if that would have done anything, but it's so hard to describe how fucking crazy anything that she delivers in episode 5 is ridiculous. Like, it's fucked up.
Okay, well, that's great and all, but Devin, what do you think here? You know where we stand.
Vass is my number one.
Yeah.
Handsome Jack does. Like
we know Handsome Jack has a runner's up.
I think Vass definitely owns number one.
He takes number one. Simple, he takes it. As far as what are the two choices that I've got for the other runner? I have Clementine.
We haven't even really nailed that down yet.
Like
Riccio wants Clementine. I'm like either Max Payne or Clementine.
You
want Dear Esther.
As I just mentioned, Death from Darksiders 2 is the craziest voice, and that is just his normal fucking I'm a real person talking voice. And I was like, when I first heard that dude talk, I was like, what? just talk to me. Fuck. Oh, what's that dude? That narrates the dude from movies who's God and freaking
Sean Connery.
No, who's God?
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman. Screw that guy, man. Fucking Death just narrates to me like that. Oh, Michael Wincott. It's just this. Anyway, he's not winning anything, but I thought his voice was really fucking sweet.
That's kick-ass.
Anyway, yeah, Voss. I think I'd be okay with that being first for sure. But for run-up, Handsome Jack, we all agree, I think.
Yep.
So number 3 is what we're having trouble with.
Well, tied for 2.
Tied for 2. Yeah, I should say. But yeah, the third choice. Yeah, whatever. Do we want to talk about Max Payne at all? I know he's not a winner, but he did a good job. He definitely had the right voice and everything for that character had to go through.
I agree with that.
And he had his faces modeled in the game too, so.
Yeah. Agatha for runner-up. No. Just cut it down the middle, go there. Clementine, I think, won't win just because you guys haven't experienced what I mean. So it's hard.
I bet you when I get there and experience it, I will still have enjoyed Vass's performance.
Oh yeah, no, for Voss, yeah, I would give it to him, yeah. Especially dealing with everything we had to do with, everything we saw with him in the Far Cry experience and all that shit. His voice, it's hard because it's his character that's good, but his voice.
You heard it from Ubisoft though, how that character was gonna be nothing.
Yeah.
Until the voice actor gave his performance.
He totally. Like I watched some of the I went onto his YouTube site, and I watched some of the making of diaries of and it's literally just him chilling in a mocap suit, like not even talking directly to the camera, just like talking to a dude, and like explaining how he came about this character and like how it makes it seem so real, because he puts. The way that he does the monologue is he doesn't do the mocap, then does the voice after. The sound is recorded while he's performing it.
Yeah.
So he's like talking to a tennis ball, and the fact that he can make that seem so fucking real, so fucking real to a goddamn tennis ball, like.
Let's take it back. Let's take it back, because taking out the character behind it. Thinking of voice, when this year is over, when 2013 has come and we've played tons of games, did I ever tell you the definition of an insanity is going to be fucking... I destroyed that sentence. But it's going to be stuck in our fucking heads.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Totally.
So Vast gets number 1. Handsome Jack, with all the shit that he says throughout the entire game, I don't care if it's fucking Butt Stallion or half the lines he has to deliver, and he delivers it in such a...
Even
lovable,
later
but
on,
fucking jackassed way, and when he's later on when he's yelling shit,
and when he's like pissed at you or just like in disbelief of something that you did.
Yeah.
I'm talking specifically about the Western
part.
Oh, yes.
His line after that boss fight is just like, dude, what?
Yeah. But what's hard is
he's not just like a crazy
yeah
dude. He's got like levels to him, and he's got motivation behind his character.
But thinking of lines, and I don't want to skew this towards like Walking Dead, but if you guys, when you play episode 5 and you're getting towards the end, or you get to, well, not towards the end, whenever you get toward that game, and Clementine will deliver, depending on your choices that you make, there's one line that she can deliver, there's other ones, but they're also all good. But if you're going the like emotional route, and you're not just being some fucking badass going through this game, she will deliver one line, and it will fucking destroy you. And when that hits, like, even thinking about it, I'm like, goddamn, don't think about it. No, but when she delivers that one line, it's just like that.
Okay,
that, no matter what, that is sticking with me.
She's honorable mention number 2 then.
Yeah, it's... Yes.
Okay, so winner of Best Voice Character, Voss from Far Cry 3, performed by Michael Mando. Runners-up, Handsome Jack from Borderlands 2, performed by Damian Clark. And Clementine from The Walking Dead, performed by Melissa Hutchinson.
I'm good with that.
I can deal with that.
What about Sam? No. How is he? Oh. Yeah, that's good. Agatha? No.
Agatha!
All right, so our next category is Best Music-Related Game. We've already talked about most of these, but we have Rock Band Blitz, Dyad. Rock Band Blitz, 360 PSN. Dyad, PSN only. Soundshapes, PSN Vita. Retrograde, PSN, and I don't think Vita. So
no.
Okay.
Soundshapes, Dyad, Rock Band Blitz.
In terms of winner?
Actually, no, just Dyad, Soundshapes, Retrograde. Fuck Rock Band Blitz, whatever. No. It's cool, but...
It was cool. It was really cool.
If we're talking about cool concepts for games, like Soundshapes and Dyad are in there.
Yeah, for sure.
But if we're talking about cool concepts for rhythm game, then Retrograde kind of beats out Rock Band Blitz.
Hands down
at the concept level.
Concept or memorability? Like, Soundshapes?
Both.
Yeah. Retrograde, you mean?
Are you going to, like, a year from now be like, oh, yeah, I played that Rock Band game where you used
Rock Band, I'm not going to think about it.
Okay.
It's more between Soundshapes and Retrograde for top. Although Dyad made me cry today. But that was, I don't know what was happening there. So that might have been just allergies. But I thought it was beautiful.
I think Soundshapes for top.
Soundshapes for top. I'm down with that.
Okay. I'm down with that. Soundshapes is definitely for top.
Yeah, the way that's interactive music.
I wanna point
Yeah,
out
because
crazy.
it's definitely something different than the standard,
yeah.
beat game.
I want to point out to listeners that other rhythm games came out. Like on the iOS, we had like there's Beat, whatever I played.
Beat Nick Bandit.
No, not Beats. Oh, there. I guess yeah. But if I can just look at my phone here for a second, there is like DJ Max that came out on that, and on 3DS there was like Theatrhythm, the Final Fantasy ones, but we didn't play them. So I know there's a lot of other rhythm games that may have come out this year, but these are the ones that we played and remembered. So we're sorry if we missed any favorites, actually for any category, but yeah. So yeah, Soundshapes first.
This is our game of the year, not yours.
Yeah, son of a bitch. No, I'm kidding. So Soundshapes for number 1.
Yep.
Dyad and Retrograde for runners-ups.
Yep.
Fastest thing ever. The next one's gonna be a toughie.
I haven't scrolled down yet.
Okay, so the next thing is best teammate / sidekick. Our nominees are Raul Pasos. Let's fuck that up.
Hey, bro.
Hey,
bro.
Don't worry, bro.
You push it so well. Anyways,
What the?
the stadium level, that starting part where you go on the
What
elevator.
am I, the button pusher now? Yeah, because you do it so well.
Yeah, you do it so well. Whatever. Yeah,
do
I
it
heard
so
I
well.
heard that so many times. But anyway, Raul Pasos from Max Payne 3. We have Nick from Lollipop Chainsaw.
That's the boyfriend for uneducated. The
only one who knew that some fucked up shit was just wrong
Yeah.
with that game. Like, what the hell is happening? Like, shut up, Nick. We have the pawns.
what's that one line? Is it like killing zombies makes me so wet or something like that? And he goes, "That's a really weird thing to say."
Yeah, I don't forget what exactly it was, but yeah. So there's the pawns from Dragon's Dogma, which were neat. We have Big Bo from Binary Domain. Sweet. We have Jackie from Sleeping Dogs, as well as Sam from Far Cry 3, and these are teammates and sidekicks. So, who we?
I think Pawns from Dragon Dogma are out
Yeah,
because they're neat, but
they're neat, but they're not as. I'm gonna forget about them.
Yeah,
Again,
they're-
sadly, when I went back, I'm like, you guys are cool. But yeah,
I personally think it's Jackie, Sam, and Passos.
Big Bo has a moment. Much later in the game,
But we haven't got there yet.
Yeah.
So we can't.
But I'm just saying, I'm not. I don't mean it as he's a winner, but he is more than just a stupid dude. At one point, there is some emotional shit in that game. Not like Walking Dead or anything else type of like that.
Yeah.
But it almost gets there. But he's not a winner. But I was like, Big Bo, man, fucking Binary Domain was a fucking great game. Big Bo. All right, yeah. So what do we bring up? Jackie,
I'm saying
Sam.
Passos, Jackie, and Sam.
What
Do
about
we
what-
know
what-
Sam or Jackie's last names? Because we have Raul Passos.
But his name is set. No, I don't know. I know Jackie has a name. I can't think of it. Devin, you want to try to search it up?
Jackie?
Yeah, from Sleeping Dogs.
What her full name? Or
His. Jeez, Devin, I thought you liked that game. No, Sam. I don't know what Sam's name is. Either, but we could probably find that one.
Jackie
as well.
Ma.
Jackie Ma.
Jackie Ma.
M.A. Right?
Yeah.
There you go. What's Sam's?
We don't know.
Try and find it if you want. I would give it to those three as well.
But then who's
So
the
we're doing-
winner?
We're doing.
What about the Darkness from Darkness 2?
Fucking what?
I can only remember if it only had the same line as the first game that stuck with me. It's like, "You are my puppet," and like the way he said it was like, "Okay, you are you."
puppet.
But there was no line like that I could remember. Actually,
Sam
there was
Becker, maybe?
Sure.
Is that what you managed to Google?
I think so.
Let's just leave it at Sam.
Sure.
He's an agent dude. He has no.
Yeah.
Yeah,
name.
Sam Becker.
Oh, that's.
Totally got it.
Yeah, because you'll learn. He goes to America.
What?
Fucking character. Sorry. He tries really hard to be an American. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
I want Sam to win. Jackie Ma is a fucking tough one to beat, though.
Jackie Ma's amazing.
To me, the top one is either Sam or Jackie Ma.
But bro.
No. My two are Jackie Ma and Raul Pasos. Those are my.
Raul was broy, but
But he was just like, he added such the perfect fucking one-liners. You'd like jump over over like a obstacle, shoot some dude in the face, and he'd just be like a crazy one-liner immediately after that. He'd be like, "Oh, that's pretty cool," or something stupid like that.
If we're letting Raul be in this, then I'd almost say we have to get Garrus in here.
No, because
I know you can choose it, but
he mirrors your character.
the banter between Passos and Max throughout the entire game, especially during the multiplayer and stuff, all the lines they wrote for those two characters.
I just don't remember shit about Raul throughout the entire game because there was let's just say by the time I was halfway through that game, I didn't like that character at all, and the way it just ended, I didn't like him.
Really?
As a dude. From the time you meet him in like New York, really, I was like, okay, well, you're just along for the ride, aren't you?
Well, I think we should give it to Jackie then.
Yeah,
I'm
Jackie Ma.
I'm going with Jackie.
I'm totally.
I
down
can't
with that.
believe how good Sleeping Dogs was. Because the day that came out, it was Darksiders 2 and Sleeping Dogs. And I was like, what am I going to play first? I'm like, let's play Sleeping Dogs just to see if it's shit. And then I was like, no.
The Darksiders 2, I'll get to you later.
Yeah, just fuck you. I'm just going to beat fucking Sleeping Dogs now.
That's exactly what happened to me.
But what about the horse from Darksiders 2? There ain't no place for a horse. There's no place for a horse. I have to go alone. No, he wins. Let's go back to the voice acting.
So Jackie's
Jackie's number
winner.
one. Jackie went number one.
Jackie Ma from Sleeping Dogs.
And then so we don't have to pick Raul and Sam.
Yeah.
Raul and Sam
All
together.
right, let's do that. I'm good. Oh, Jackie Ma.
Oh, Jackie Ma.
All right, so a follow up to this one. We had best teammate, best sidekick. Let's fill it up. Follow it up with best villain.
Why do you
Question
sound
mark?
confused at
Villain?
saying that?
I was reading through it as I was doing it. I was like, what? Because our third choice. Best villain. Dan, do you want to read them off?
I filled out a lot of these, so I'm going to read them off.
Yeah.
Okay. First up, we have Handsome Jack from Borderlands 2. Next, and I guess being eliminated because of what we've been going through for the rest of this,
Yeah.
Max from Anarchy Reigns. Space from FTL, Faster Than Light. I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
You from Plague Inc.
That's a pretty good one.
Radio Man from Spec Ops: The Line.
Can we throw Menendez in here?
Actually, yeah, I remember. I kept thinking all of yesterday and all of this morning that I had to add someone into best villain, and I couldn't remember who it was.
Yeah.
So Menendez, Raul Menendez, actually.
Yes.
Lots of Rauls in these characters. From Black Ops 2. Lucius from Lucius.
Yeah.
And Voss from Far Cry 3.
Lucius is blank stare, man. If you don't fucking vote for him, he's gonna kill you.
Man, I know my two.
I think Lucius is like an honorable mention. He's
Yeah.
not like he's not winning anything.
Okay, the three that I've
Okay.
the three that I've got are Handsome Jack, the Radio Man, and Voss. Those are the three that I've got.
I've got Radio Man would have had my vote before Black Ops 2.
Really?
Yeah.
And Menendez is like, he's real good.
It's crazy that a Black Ops game can show you a villain and not just be like, yo, he's just bombing shit, kill him. And this is just like, dude, you get his story. And
You have wrecked this guy's life, kind of.
yeah. And you feel for him, but you hate him.
Yeah, and that... Okay, Black Ops spoilers for about 10 seconds. Are you ready to time this, Riccio?
Let's do a bit more than
I
10
just want
seconds.
to expose what the last choice is. I don't want to say what the repercussions are.
Let's just say 1 minute just so we can talk enough about some stuff because 10 seconds you're going to yell it and then we're not going to be able to reply to it. So for
Okay.
1 minute, everybody, feel free to tune out, mute, or skip. We're going to make sure we're going to time it.
That
It's gonna be a
includes
minute
you, Devin, just in case, if
Yeah.
you want.
if you want. But yeah, so here we go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The ending choice where you get to, like, choose to kill or spare Menendez, and he's just like, he's spouting some nonsense about like, yeah, do it, kill me or whatever, and if you choose to kill him, section is just like, yeah, all right.
He didn't say that for me.
Really?
Yeah, I was waiting for it because you said it. I was like, he didn't say it.
He says something like,
Maybe it's because of
sure,
other choices.
or
that
like
you...
like in agreement, like, yeah, I'll do
he-
that,
he
but
didn't-
like pumped that he's gonna shoot this guy in the
Really?
fucking head.
Me, he shot him and he was just sat there. And then the other dude come and tapped on my back. He's like, let's do this. thought you weren't gonna kill that motherfucker. I was like, but my dude didn't say shit.
Maybe it's like different choices in the game make people say different things or something.
Yeah, but
like just really wanting to just fuck up that character, and then your main character's like, yeah, dude. Okay. Anyways, that's good.
Yeah. All right. So spoilers over. Let's let it hit the 1 minute mark.
Who would have thought we'd be talking spoilers in
Black Ops, right?
Yeah, it's Call of Duty game.
Okay, so spoilers are over. Over spoilers. Spoilers over. Over spoilers. If you guys are currently scanning through, the spoilers are over, and the spoilers are currently over. I can't believe, and not to spoil anything, but just like every fucking other game that came out this year, how there's multiple choices when you get to the end. Black Ops 2. I can't believe that a fucking Call of Duty game made me hesitate. I was like, huh? Like, but okay, and want to go back and see different endings. So that was cool. But yeah, anyways, yeah, man, I can't believe how much character was in Menendez for a villain. Like, how wasn't
there's
just
some good villains this
evil
year
dude
when you look at this list.
Yeah, and there's some other stuff. That
Radio
I'm
Man,
pretty sure
Vass,
we've
Menendez,
missed.
and Handsome Jack are all incredible.
Yeah,
What other stuff that we've missed?
I don't know. I feel like there's other.
We're not picking anyone from Max Payne 3.
No, but I'm trying to think of like there's got to be we've played a lot of games this year, and I feel like this list doesn't have any like big names other than like Voss and stuff. Diablo. The aliens.
We could have done like
the aliens from XCOM.
We could have done what's his name? Shit.
What game?
Dog Eyes
Oh,
from Sleeping Dogs.
maybe.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Dog Eyes.
Yeah, I'm going through these. No, we pretty much, because a lot of things have like an entire team of stuff, or like a race, or something against you.
Yeah, but nothing is like.
Or like Azura's Wrath, where it's multiple people. Or there's one, but you only know there's one if you get the DLC. Yeah, Halo 4: The Didact, maybe.
No.
Nah. That was a fucking pointless villain.
You could say the Dishonored one, but he's totally spoilerish.
Yeah, no.
But not really
No.
even.
Yeah, I don't even know who that is.
Yeah.
it's not that great.
Looking through these. Binary Domain also is like to the point where if I were to tell you, it would be like ruin the entire game for you.
Really?
That's how much of a fucking cool story that game has. Yeah, going through this. Papo and Yo, the dad. I'm not gonna put that. That is totally fucked. I'm sorry. Yeah, man. Wow. There hasn't been a lot of.
Well, I think we're getting Voss and Handsome Jack in here.
Yeah.
But then Radio Man or Menendez.
I really like the Radio Man.
Menendez.
Radio Man was real good though, with him like just talking shit to you the whole time,
And then like talking to the military guys at the same time, like he'd be like, "Hey boys, you're down in this." Like,
and then he's just like playing the music and stuff. Oh, dude,
it's real good. It's real good.
Oh, that Radio Man. I thought. Okay, holy shit. I thought you guys were talking about.
No, I wasn't talking around anything at all. I'm talking
The
Radio
guy.
Man.
Oh yeah. Okay, that guy. Yes, I would give. I thought the other thing. I was like, that's fucking. I don't know what you guys are even talking about. Okay, yeah. Radio Man was pretty crazy, especially especially the spoils of the yes. Oh, but Menendez though, that one mission that you play with as Menendez, or the first, or the whatever, the only that.
I don't know.
Rarely has a
Real good.
Rarely has a Call of Duty game done that like shocking one level where you're supposed to be like, oh, this is the shocking level, but done it in a way that you like.
You were causing the shockingness.
Yeah, but well, no, because Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 did it, and that was like, holy fuck. But I feel like this one wasn't doing it out of being like, yo, it's shocking in an airport trying to hit certain strings right now. This one hits you with.
Well, I almost. Voss is a great character, but is he one of the best villains this year?
Yes. The psychoness of that fucking dude. He like embodies the fucking. I think
even considering our earlier discussion.
I don't know, man.
Taking into account especially if you take into account everything that Voss was in, whether it's like the games or those videos, just that character as a whole. He is a messed up dude, and
I totally agree with that, but I don't know if that warrants completely enough being like, I don't know.
Out of all these things, I think he's the only one I will remember from this year. Radio Man, I forgot about. Lucius, I laughed about. Handsome Jack.
Well,
was
you
cool.
remembered Radio Man when we like.
Yeah, but I don't remember really what anything he did bad, but he was pretty okay.
He was the guy leading all the army dudes.
Yeah, but I didn't feel hate for him that much. Like I did, but
But he's so great playing the songs and stuff.
Oh,
yeah, but to the point where whenever the inevitable conclusion of whatever with him, I didn't feel like at all emotionally hit, or I didn't like give a shit about anything that I was like, okay.
I guess especially with the way that wraps up, he's not. Couldn't be in this category necessarily.
Kinda, but no, he's still a bad dude in it, so it does.
Yeah,
count as a villain. I mean, just like Vass isn't the main dude.
Yeah, fair enough.
For Boss.
Handsome Jack, Vass, and Menendez.
Those are like iconic from this year. Yeah, I think.
I really want to give it to Radio Man though, because I enjoyed that stuff so much.
But I think you should be. Yeah. So if I would have finished
weird.
that sentence, it would have been a different choice. Because I would have been like, it should have been someone you hated, but I did not hate Vass. I hated him, but.
It was like a fuck you.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
It wasn't a fucking like angry.
But
hate.
none of these characters I did. Vass was fucking awesome. Handsome Jack I thought was the coolest dude. Radio
But
Man.
also,
I
you
can't
were like,
remember.
"Yo, we gotta kill this guy."
Yeah,
Handsome Jack.
yeah.
Only after one certain point. But even then, when you learn his backstory, you kind of understand him.
The same kind of thing with Menendez.
Yeah, Menendez and Handsome Jack are toughies.
They're like deeper characters than they initially appear for the games they're in.
Vass is too with like the speeches and the shit he does from fucking hour one with that game.
it's very true.
The shit. And he fucking like sells people.
Yeah, like legit sells people.
Yeah.
The rest of these guys are like the top villains, though. Vass isn't.
I'm gonna say Vass is a runner-up.
But to who?
I'm gonna say Handsome Jack.
I would give it to Handsome Jack as well because
Yeah,
of the, well, Devin, I don't know if you got to that point where you know what he does.
The bunker?
Oh yeah, no, I'm past the bunker.
Wait, like
I'm past
totally
the bunker.
generic spoiler. Angel?
Done it.
Okay. How the fuck did you not beat that game then?
Because that's only like halfway, dude.
Really?
Yeah, there's a lot in
Man,
that
okay,
fucking game.
Okay, that when I casted that, I was at that point and I went from the end from there thing. So I
Did you skip a bunch of shit?
no, that was my like playthrough of that entire night. So I didn't realize. Okay, well, okay, I'd give it to Handsome Jack because he's a fucked up character.
But like you understand him and
Yeah, that doesn't you
all his
understand him, but
lines
what he
and-
does is not like a reason. You can't be like, well, I understand why you do this then.
No,
like,
it's like-
whoa, that's why I know why you do that. Fuck.
yeah.
Exactly. That's why I think. So I think Handsome Jack takes it. Vass is a runner-up,
and then
the
is it-
Radio Man. I am
Menendez,
fighting.
man.
I'm fighting that fucking Radio Man for that position. I'm firm on this one.
I'm like I'm
Menendez.
in between the two. I don't know, man.
Was Radio Man really a jerk?
Yeah, he added so much good dialogue to it, and it was.
I don't know if he was a jerk though. He was just kind of.
He was just being like a fucking propaganda dude.
Yeah, and I don't want to. Okay, 10 seconds of Spec Ops: The Line spoilers. Like that's all I need,
Okay.
and then you guys can agree.
Let's go with another minute so we can
another
actually
minute.
report. So, another minute of spoilers, everybody. Another minute of spoilers, starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
When you actually finally like get to the tower and get up the tower and get to Radio Man, how you're like, okay, we need a line to like contact the troops and get reinforcements and stuff. He's like, yeah, all right, here you go. Look, this, and he's like explaining all of his equipment to you.
And your dude just like fucking nails
And you're
him in
like,
the
dude,
face.
what the fuck are you doing? He was helping us.
Yeah.
That's why I would have to give it to Menendez, because Menendez stays villainous until the end, whereas Radio Man is just like, yo, I was just here.
And Menendez feels like he has something behind his like fight.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
If Radio Man hadn't turned at the end, I think I would have given it to Radio
But
Man.
he is so good. The Radio Man is so good.
All right. About 10 seconds. But yeah, I don't know.
Like if you'd rolled up into that tower and just like he was fighting back.
And,
Yeah,
you just,
would be
and
great.
if he just like cocked a gun and you
Yeah.
shot him once in the chest, like
5
Yeah.
seconds.
or like he tries to like
no more. All right. So
Yes,
spoilers over.
I
Spoilers
understand
over.
though, Devin.
you
Yes.
know, you get what I'm saying?
Spoilers over. Do, 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 do. Welcome back to the non-spoilery
And in
part
case you
of
didn't
the
listen to the
podcast.
spoilers,
Do, do,
we are
do, do.
picking Menendez as the other runner-up.
Yeah, Menendez is going to be the one of the runner-ups. So Voss and Menendez.
As runners-up.
Boston
Handsome Jack is number 1.
Yes.
Yep.
ma'am.
Handsome
what-
Jack, best villain of 2012.
I don't know, Dan. What about water in Deadlight? I want to go ahead and point out that the main character in Deadlight cannot swim, and this is
Apparently a big issue.
to the ending of that game.
You would think it was just a way to close off areas, but nope.
He can't swim 3 feet.
Fucking
Fucking idiot.
Seriously? Is that actually how it ends?
Oh, can we? I feel like just
Okay, 1 minute of Deadlight spoilers. Start it now.
1 minute. If this is funny as shit, I don't think anybody should really play through like a lot of Deadlight. So if you want, just listen to this. But either way, Deadlight for PC and 360 spoilers coming in like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay,
Devin, here's how
so
this
seriously,
game
how
is.
that-
so you're on a dock.
Yeah.
You're with this chick you just helped. There's a boat on the other. It's a dock that has caged fence all around it.
'Kay.
And you can't get to the boat. So the chick's like, "No, shoot me in the face. I don't want to die." And he's like, "No, you have to go on. You have to be. You can't just let yourself kill yourself." So he like axes the fucking dock. He makes a hole in it so she can go and swim to the boat that's on the other side that's like 3 feet. And he's like, "Go on without me. I can't go on." And then she jumps in the water and swims to the boat, gets on, and like starts leaving. And you have like a 30-second flashback of him like losing his family and shit. And then like the zombies are taking like 5 minutes to get to him. And there's a hole in the ground and a boat 3 feet away, but he can't jump in because he doesn't know how to swim or something. And she won't help him. So he gets killed. And the credits roll.
Well,
And spoilers ending in 5,
the
4,
fuck is that?
3, 2. All right. We're done.
Dumbest fucking
We're
thing.
done with spoilers
Yo,
for
fuck
Deadlight.
that game.
Yo, Deadlight spoilers are done. Deadlight spoilers are done. Deadlight spoilers done with the done spoilers of Deadlight. That game villain water go. No, all right. So that's it. So we have Handsome Jack Borderlands 2 is the winner. Voss and Menendez as runner up. Voss from Far Cry 3, Menendez from Black Ops
Does
2.
Voss have a first name or a last name?
I don't think so. I don't know.
Yes.
He probably
Montenegro.
Montenegro. Okay.
Oh.
The reason why I remember that specifically is because he's like said his last name. I'm like, yo, fuck Assassin's Creed 2.
Oh.
Yeah.
I can't believe a fucking Call of Duty character won as villain, but we did this. The next one is going to be the easiest one to get by.
Because there's only 3 nominees.
There's only 3
and
nominees.
It's a bit of a silly category.
So out of silliness, we have Best Use of Sand 2012.
Yeah.
Our nominees are Journey, Spec Ops: The Line, and Ghost Recon Future Soldier.
Journey wins.
Journey wins.
Journey wins out of seriousness.
Spec Ops: The Line, you could kill people with sand, which is also kind of cool.
And,
Ghost Recon Future Soldier has sand particles in the vision stuff. It's real
Yeah.
dumb.
It's fucking real dumb.
Yeah. Future Soldier was actually chosen because we were laughing at a joke where there's a level where there's a sandstorm and you have to put on goggles and it's just an overlaid piece of sand or sand grains flowing around in the same like 3-second animation loop. But it's like on your screen. If you take off the goggles, there's like that sand isn't moving. So it's like a shitty overlay. Anyway, whatever. We just wanted to make that category out as fun. So Best Use of Sand, Journey number 1.
Journey number 1.
Spec Ops: The Line second. And Ghost Recon, fucking honorable mention. You don't get to get a goddamn thing out of that. Oh, I just want to do that.
I don't think you need to highlight stuff.
Just Journey. Just Journey. All right, so our next category, most hype for a game that turned out to be no good. 2012.
And this when we say no good, we just mean like not up to what you thought the game would be.
Yeah.
Not
that it's like
shit.
not the game's total shit.
Yeah.
Like
You can like it if you want.
There's some in here that I disagree with, and there's some that I strongly agree with.
okay, well let's list the nominees.
All right.
First we have Amy.
Yes.
Next we have Ghost Recon Future Soldier, which when we added it here, I guess it was still no good, but
that is actually a good.
since the patch, it's been improved.
Yeah.
So maybe that one doesn't win. Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City. Yeah.
Yeah.
Deadlight, which we just talked about. If you want to go back a few minutes and take a look at that
Oh,
spoiler
God.
minute.
Now that was in the list before I beat it too. Getting to the end of it was the yep. All right, go on.
Resident Evil 6,
Okay.
but I don't think that's going to win
Yeah.
either because it's still kind of dumb fun.
Yeah.
I Am Alive, Darksiders 2, Medal of Honor Warfighter, and Assassin's Creed 3.
I think we know what wins.
Is it Deadlight?
No.
Is it
that's,
Amy?
Those are runner-ups, I think.
Deadlight and Amy runners up?
Uh-huh.
Fucking
Well, what wins here?
Assassin's Creed 3. Fucking hate that game, man.
Um,
it's not the fact that I hate it, but it's the fact that an
Assassin's Creed games have always been good. They've
They've
had a
always been-
100% track record.
Yes,
with
they've
that
been a
series.
100% track record for me, and it's the fact that this fucking game, I don't even want to play it. I like Assassin's Creed. I do. I love that series. I own all of the games except for 3. And I don't even want to.
That sounds really bad. I think we should mention that Dan let you borrow the Assassin's Creed 3, because if you're bitching about it, like, I don't even own 3. Just
Yeah, no, Dan let me borrow Assassin's Creed 3, but
Yeah.
it's just like, fuck, really? Come on.
it was definitely the biggest letdown, and it sucks because I feel like everybody who was a part of it in terms of like voiceovers and characters were probably were really good. They were all well delivered. The sound and music was fucking awesome, but it's in the gameplay where I think it failed, just tanked, where it just
And the story.
yeah.
Yeah.
But the characters were good, but not like you wouldn't remember them because the story was crap, but the characters were good. Does that make sense, kind of?
No.
Nope.
Connor was a shitty character for reasons I've explained to you guys before.
Yeah.
And I think on the last podcast.
People have explained, though, that Connor's character isn't good, but he's good because he's just the perfect embodiment of, like, dude doesn't know who the fuck is who, which kind of makes sense, because if you're some dude who's not even used to being in that kind of, like, civilization, and you're suddenly trying to meet people, and you don't know what it's like to even...
He knows who Charles Lee is.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's all that matters.
Yeah, but I mean, like...
And
he
what
doesn't-
happens at the end of that game.
But he doesn't fully know customs. Yeah, I know. But he doesn't know fully customs of, like, you know what I mean? Like, he's going into a complete unknown world and trying to know who to trust. And he does some really stupid decisions based on that. Understanding that, I kind of got like, okay, Connor's decent, but...
The end of that god? No.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, like, character-wise. But the thing is, I know there's a lot of dumb things in that game, but there are some really cool characters in that game. But yeah, sadly enough... Everything
I think
broke.
it only wins this category because it had the most hype.
Yeah.
So it's the biggest like
Especially coming
ratio of
a
hype
week-
to
a
no
week-
goodness.
Yeah, but especially coming off like 2 weeks before that game came out, I caught up on both Brotherhood and Revelations, and we're like on such a fucking Assassin's Creed high that I hit it, and I was like, where did it all go? Where did it all go? So Assassin's Creed 3, I think we all agree is the win /
I like
loser.
Deadlight and Amy there for
Yeah.
yeah, because Deadlight was supposed to be this fantastic Summer of Arcade thing, and was just
Looked
bad.
cool, yeah.
The rat didn't know that.
Amy was could have been a great...
From the
Survival
trailers
horror.
and stuff, looked fantastic, and there were interviews and stuff, and it was supposed to be the new like survival horror thing.
like beating Silent Hill off and all that stuff. That sounds bad. Beating away Silent Hill and Resident Evil's old schools type stuff, and going back to what Zombie U managed to accomplish, but it's a good survival horror game, and just destroyed itself. I want to mention that, yeah, we mentioned Resident Evil 6 on this list. I think it does not deserve to be here because it was actually really fun. And I had
Same
some
with
genuinely
Ghost
laugh
Recon.
out loud good times, like just having fun with that. Ghost Recon as well, and Darksiders 2, I believe, is a good game. As well as I'm Alive was not...
It was interesting.
Yeah, it
at
turned out
least.
to be no good. It was broken in many ways, but I'm glad I played it. It didn't leave me like Assassin's Creed 3 where I was angry through most of it.
I'm angry when I think about that game.
But yeah. It's too bad. It's really too bad that we didn't like Assassin's Creed 3.
I wanted to so
And
bad.
that's why I think at least that's what made me and Dan keep playing through it, is that we were waiting for it to
fix itself.
fix itself and be like, now it's good. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to just let you, I don't know.
I don't want to talk about it because I want Devin to eventually get there.
Yeah.
And see what I'm talking about.
Devin, it's worth getting to the end so you can actually just have it out of your mind.
Yeah, I'm going to. It's one of those ones, like, I am going to finish it.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that, like, man, I am just...
It took me 7 hours straight angry sitting.
I don't want to do it, though.
Yeah. Anyways.
Like,
but yeah, so...
Next category.
So, Assassin's Creed 3, just to repeat, loser/winner. Deadlight and Amy as runner-ups. So.
Yeah.
All right, so next one we have game with weird design and story choices. So, I guess it's like an overall good game, but fuck something. No.
There's some weird stuff in it.
Oh, never mind. That's
Yeah.
not that's another category. Some weird stuff in it.
Halo 4 is the first nominee of this. That's because of all the weird
missing
weapon
Yeah.
stuff and the way the villain is introduced.
and then the way
And-
the villain dies.
The way that...
Well, okay.
I didn't like that.
Way to not let us know this is a spoiler.
It's not a spoiler.
villains die. I mean, I don't know.
Sure. Anyway, I think
every Call of Duty game.
yeah, but okay, that's Call of Duty. Anyway, story choices. I think Halo 4 is different with the villain. It's not so much of what Devin said, but more that they chose to not implement most of the backstory into the game.
That really
However-
bothers me.
And how they say his name without you ever finding out that it's
Yeah.
his name.
However, apparently, and I know this is not like okay, this makes it all better, but if you find all of the terminals, they each lead into videos.
Oh, yeah, but-
in Halo Waypoint, which actually gives you the entire backstory, but that could have been told in like cutscenes or have Master Chief maybe not know so much what's going on. Especially with, like you said, the weapons. How it's like, yo, what are these people? Better pick up this gun and know how to reload it.
Yeah, I know.
So, yeah.
And hey, this weapon that hasn't been in service for years, this DMR, I'm just going to pick it up and not say a damn thing.
Yeah,
Also, my armor's different, but I've been in cryo freeze for years.
that's cool. She made an upgrade that changed your nanomachines into.
Yeah, sure. Well,
I tried.
weird
Weird
is what
design
it is.
choices. Very weird design choices.
We have Assassin's Creed 3.
Why did I put that on this list?
Everything.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Some
The
weird.
ga-
There's
the
just
game.
some weird. It's just no, but in terms of what this category is, there's some just weird shit that happens when you're like, why? You should know better. Like, what the fuck? And I don't know. A lot of that. Far Cry 3. We've talked about. I don't want to say because it is still fairly new.
But we did first episode, go back, the thing that we said a minute of Far Cry spoilers about.
Yeah, and to be general about it, once the game gets to the halfway point, it drops a lot of the good things about the story, and then goes on for half of the other half of the game as maybe being not so awesome
Which
and charming.
really surprises me.
And
that
is
they-
really weird, and we
Yeah.
yelled about it for a minute.
Also, as a added little thing to that, E3 ruined a lot about that game
Yeah,
without saying too much.
really did.
So that was weird. And the last one,
You put this in, and I put question marks beside it because I wasn't sure.
because this is just weird. In Hitman Absolution, that he has been killing people for such a long time, and he is an expert at it in ways to kill people without anybody knowing or without having to use much of his own power. Just kind of like he doesn't know it's there. I'm just gonna stab him and be done with it, or shoot him in the head.
Are you
and-
talking about the bodyguard?
Yes.
Okay.
So at one point in the game, you're met.
It's the second mission, so
Second
it's
mission.
not
So,
spoiler.
the second mission in the game, you're being warned from the start and from many other characters that this dude that you're going to kill has a big ass bodyguard who can fucking like just crush you with his hands. And you sneak into that person's office, and he attempts to super shittily like use his like piano wire on a dude's neck that is like 6 times bigger than his like fucking head, and it's just something that is just impossible, not gonna happen, and then just gets the shit kicked out of him out of this really dumb choice when he has like pistols, he has like a knife or something sharp on him that he could just take him out,
end it real
but
quick.
chooses to slowly get behind this dude who's like 4 times the size of him with a neck that's like bigger than his fucking than Hitman's entire like body, and chooses to try and piano wire that
And
thing.
not to mention the way that person concludes later on.
Yeah, super
When that
easy,
easily could have happened earlier.
yeah, it's just weird.
Yeah.
So overall though, Hitman Absolution is still a fantastic game, but that was like
It's
a weird
weird.
like, why the fuck did you do that for a story?
I think we have to give this to Halo, Far Cry, or Hitman.
Yeah,
Because Assassin's Creed 3 had the last category, which is really what we're talking about
yeah,
in that one. This one is... We couldn't really pin down something that was real weird in that
Yeah.
game. It's just kind of...
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, actually, weird story choices, we can give it to Assassin's Creed 3 for being that, and I don't mean this in like some sort of anti-American way, but that game is a lot of American history, and I feel like it doesn't try hard enough to really make you know who each character is, other than name dropping them. I mean, they do recount a lot of American history things apparently that I wasn't able to recall, and I feel like knowing those, I would have felt like each mission was hitting.
Yeah, is it
its
weird
good
that I
beats.
knew the, like, weird crusade stuff and
More
stuff that happened in Italy?
better than the American.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
it's not so
same
much,
thing. I was like, man, I know the Crusades
but
way
it's not even
better.
it's not even that it's the fact that even if you didn't know, they did a good job at telling you at least a storyline of what was going on. In Assassin's Creed 3, they just kind of like were hinging on that, it felt, and it didn't hit with me at all because I don't know any of it, which sucks. But we can
Even
put
then,
it,
in, like, Assassin's Creed 2 and Brotherhood, and I don't remember... I guess it wasn't in Revelations at all because of how the outside
yeah,
was. But you had, like, Sean and the other girl there and Lucy talking about, like, events in the game. And it was mostly Sean, but just kind of, like, giving you little tidbits about, like,
yeah,
what's happening in history at this point. Spoken to you in-game, not like you have to go look up a database entry.
weird story choice as well. That Ezio's gun does fire way faster than a fucking loaded pistol with
Yeah.
Connor, but that's fine.
Yeah. Which when you think about it, is
Yeah.
really funny.
So
Da
for game,
Vinci, man. Da Vinci.
so for game with weird design and story choices, who are we giving it to? I think the one that
Hitman is just like a one-off thing, though.
Yeah.
Hitman's a one-off thing, yeah. I almost want to give it to Halo 4 because I think that could have been actually an otherwise fantastic game had that story actually been
I
fixed.
agree.
No, I think it has to go to Far Cry 3 for what that thing is.
Yes and no. The reason I don't agree with that is with you guys not being far enough in Far Cry 3, it feels like it's a huge kick in the dick, but the game manages to pull itself back up with certain characters and other things that does happen. So the game does go on. Halo 4, you're just kind of thrown out of it so many times, and not knowing much about that character, not knowing much some choices that go on later on, totally threw me for like a fuck this game moment where it's the reason why I don't play the multiplayer anymore. It's the reason why I don't really put that game in, because it just felt like it ruined a lot of the story for me, especially with certain things that you get for beating the game on Legendary. Far Cry 3 wasn't that bad of a kick in the dick, because the rest of the game does kind of pull its own weight shittily, but it does have its good conclusions and stuff.
And we talked about how, like, one simple thing
Could have
could have
changed
fixed Far
that.
Cry 3.
Yeah.
whole thing.
Yeah.
Like one thing. Like, and it wasn't even like it was just like one thing. Like they could have done that one thing and then added like some other stuff, or it even just continued on the
Or
path
worked
that they were
that
going.
in a really good
They might-
way.
and
or-
like it could have been real good.
Not to spoil anything, but they might put in DLC later that might bring back some characters, or be like, I don't know, it's like some weird shit or something. I don't know. That game can go
that would
weird
be
places.
weird. Anyways,
Anyway, so I would give it to
weirdest
Halo
DLC 2013.
4. Nice. I would give it to Halo 4 because Halo 4 really
yeah,
ruined it
all
for
right,
me.
yeah. I'll agree on the gun stuff and a couple of the weird story beats.
But especially, weird story beats and choices of like, hey, we're like 343 doing their own thing, but in some weird kind of
What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. Whoa, 343.
Yeah.
Back that shit up.
back that ass up.
Back that ass up.
So
All right, so Halo 4 winner, runner-up, Assassin's Creed 3, and Far Cry 3.
Yeah. That sounds good to me.
yeah, sounds really good to me.
All right, so our next category we have this is another one of we're going to the kind of silly ones right now.
This is a real good one I like.
We have best random context animation of 2012.
I want to read these ones out.
All right, go for it.
I think I wrote all of them. Okay. When you walk up to a wall and he moves his gun accordingly in Syndicate and Far Cry 3.
Yeah.
When he moves his arms and legs while in the air to adjust for objects in the game world, Max Payne 3. Mm-hmm. And oh, you wrote this one.
Oh yeah.
So you can read this one.
In Lollipop Chainsaw, when she moves her skirt down and looks at you like you're some kind of pervert when you aim the camera like underneath her like short skirt. And
What?
sorry. No. Yeah, that was pretty funny, especially because there's an achievement with that.
Really?
Yeah. But she's like, stop. Like, oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I feel stupid.
God damn you, Suda 15. Yeah, and the last one, Dan, which is I think is totally worth mentioning.
You wrote this, and then I put in the little italicized bit. So you wrote like all of them.
Yeah.
For Assassin's Creed 3, and I specifically say the tomahawk twirl.
Yeah.
Yes.
Actually,
that's a good one.
Any
I like
weapon
that
whirl, if you have the two-handed axe in Assassin's Creed 3, he whips that shit around pretty cool. Like, but yeah, there's a lot of context animations in Assassin's Creed 3.
I feel like the one that takes it is the walking up to a wall and moving the gun around it. It was more prominent in Syndicate, but they did it in Far Cry 3 as well. But in Syndicate, it was actually to the point of like, if you could fire around a corner, even though the guns in shooter games are traditionally held on the right side of the screen, if you could aim around the left, the dude would like tilt the gun around the wall to the left, and you could still shoot around that corner. Yeah. And that was part of like the cover system.
Yeah.
It's pretty decent.
That's tough because like Assassin's Creed 3, I think the attention to detail is a lot of stuff. Like I have to say, whenever you're either trudging through like fucking almost deep water, like waist deep water or waist deep
and you're like
snow,
lifting up your legs higher,
you feel like holy shit, like there's weight to you, like trying to fucking truck through the snow or water. That was cool. The
Assassin's Creed games have always kind of been that way, just it's more so in 3.
Yeah. There's another kind of the when you hop from one thing to another, there's one hop where you kind of like one foots it, and it's like this like too much speed, gotta hop to the next location kind of like little hop if you're pushing forward with some stuff. I don't know. There's a few ones in Assassin's Creed 3 that whenever it would pop up, I was like, whoa.
I really want to give it to the moving gun up at walls thing because no games do that, and they really should.
Yeah, I agree with that one.
It sounds funny because when you do the no gun, like whenever you walk up to a wall and it does like the gun upwards, that happens in a lot of games. But you're right, like the peering over and that kind of stuff.
Specifically in Syndicate. I put Far Cry 3 in here just because I noticed it did it too.
Yeah,
There's
but I mean
some other games that did it this year that I didn't notice.
Yeah, but I mean Syndicate, you're right, had felt the best because when you got to that corner, he would legitly like it would react to like, yo, dude.
So that's how That's how you would beat kind of the heavier enemies that you couldn't beat out in the open fighting them. You would just like
your gun
kind of just inch around the corners and put the gun out, and then you could shoot, but you still couldn't. You were still mostly staring at a fucking wall.
You know what's funny? You know what's actually funny is I think that entire thing was exactly the same in Chronicles of Riddick.
Really?
I want to say, because you'd get close to the edge of the wall with like one of the assault rifles in Chronicles of Riddick, and he would do that. And it's made by the same like developer, so I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but yeah, because it would do the upwards thing, and when you get to a wall, he'd do like a little lean with it. And peek around the corners and above and stuff if you pushed up and shit.
Oh.
It wasn't as well done as it was in Syndicate, but it's kind of like it does add to it because in most first-person shooters you'd be like do that stupid thing where you're like strafing slightly around the corner, you're like, oh, I'm poking out now, and it's your whole body. But yeah, it did look pretty fucking cool in that. I think more games should.
Okay, so the Syndicate gun thing.
Yeah. What about random context animations of all the button pushes that Halo Master Chief does? No, kidding. All right, no, yeah. So Syndicate
wins it, and then Max Payne and Assassin's Creed.
Actually, yeah, Max Payne 3 has one animation when you're climbing, and when he does like a slip and then has to bring his leg up over the side.
Mm-hmm.
That looked cool.
Yeah,
yeah.
Although I should say that if Uncharted 3 had come out this year, it would win this category.
Oh, for sure, hands down.
Yeah, Yeah. So Far Cry 3 / Syndicate's gun thing, mostly
Well,
Syndicate.
no, Syndicate. Take Far Cry 3 out of there. It just does the like gun up. It doesn't do anything else.
Okay. So
Syndicate.
So Syndicate. And runner-up is Assassin's Creed 3 and
Max Payne.
Really? No.
Yep.
Yeah, I know.
The lollipop chainsaw thing is a one-trick
It made me
joke thing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm done with that.
Cool beans.
All right.
This next category is we start getting angry at the world. Next category is worst fucking horrible gameplay part of an otherwise fantastic game.
I wrote this upon completing Chapter 11 of Hotline Miami.
Nice.
That's the first nominee.
Once again, we're bringing in another game. So Hotline Miami, you said chapter 11 and 12.
Well, Devin added the 12, the hospital part.
Well, we both kind of agreed on it.
I
But
fucking
so 11 to explain, it is a certain part at the end of a chapter.
And if you're listening to this and haven't gotten there yet, this is gonna help you.
Yeah, there's a let's say there's a car that will make its way onto the scene in a very dramatic and annoying way. Which for Dan that was an annoyance. For us, we knew about it and it was no problem. So there's that.
Also, make sure you bring a gun.
Yeah, and then chapter 12, which is the level after, where you play in a hospital, which can be kind of annoying, but also not too bad, but also kind of very annoying. Our next one is Assassin's Creed 3's. We said the first 5 sequences,
And then I wrote, I think you mean the entire game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because actually, the
Yeah.
first 3 sequences where you are the other character
Yeah.
are probably the best parts of that game.
I would
yeah,
agree.
that's kind of true.
Yeah. So sequences 4 through
Infinity.
12.
Is there only 12?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Lucius, the final 20 minutes of that game, without spoiling, it's pretty much that it makes you kind of it introduces a gameplay element into the game that wasn't supposed to be in there. It's kind of like trying to add a shooter element to the old Hitman games, and they're not really meant for good sniping and shooting and doing all that. And it asks you to get really good at it as the second they show it to you, or else you are going to be stuck in this really fucked up context of fighting things and trying to do a specific thing at the same time. So it's kind of hard to explain, because I don't want to ruin Lucius, because that is actually like a fucking sleeper hit, I think, this year. But yeah, there's a very annoying final part of that game with some priests.
Yeah.
Hard to explain.
Can imagine that.
Yeah. The next one is Hitman Absolution. It's the hotel stage, and the reason I put this in there is because for anybody who's played the start of this game, it starts off very almost Uncharted-like before it gets to awesome-ass Hitman type of game where disguises kind of make sense and there's different ways to go through the levels. But before it gets there, it has to do some crazy intro, which forces you down some paths that are really stupid and things don't work, and they try to introduce you parts of the game, and then it's not fully realized yet. I don't know. I said the hotel stage because that's when it's done after that, but the first few levels of, not the first level, but the hotel stage. The hotel stage of Hitman was fucked. Then it got good.
Then it got real good for you.
And then, as a request from Dan and I, go for it.
Silent Hill Downpour. Doors.
And the reasoning behind this is because in that game, you'd open doors, because it's a, horror game, and for the game to stop loading a level behind you, it would slam a door just as fucking loud as it could behind you, which would normally be overpowering every other sound in the game and just scare the shit out of you for no reason.
But it was inconsistent with when it happened after you walked through the door. And sometimes, if we were playing through long story sequences, you wouldn't hear the doors for a little while and you'd forget they existed. Then you'd walk into a room and like a minute after you've been in the room, there'd be a loud slam.
Yeah, and it's a slam. It's not like a squeaking slow close. It's just boom, and you're just like, whoa.
Well, it's like, God, I can't even make the noise. It's like war flashbacks.
Yeah. It's like, okay, I'm gonna try here. I'm gonna knock on my table as hard as I can. Probably hurt my hand, but it's like silence, and then it was like,
yeah, that's pretty good.
you're like, whoa, and
but it's like,
but like
reverberating
and
in your
just
speakers.
Like, imagine it was double the loudness of our voices. would just be crazy. It's like that fucking Paranormal Activity slamming against the wall fucking sound where he's like, whoa, what is this? It's crazy, just out of nowhere. Anyway, yeah, that. So,
and I think that's kind of our own fault for not getting used to it, but it's still ridiculous.
Why would you do this? Cheap scares, jump scares every fucking 5 seconds, and it scared me the entire game.
I want to give this to Hotline Miami, but I know that you guys both beat that part with no difficulty because you brought a gun and knew it was going to happen.
Yeah.
I could agree with Chapter 12 of Hotline Miami, though.
It's the same thing, though. It's the same category. It's the same nominee.
Yeah.
The end of Chapter 11 until the end of Chapter 12 is that nominee.
Okay. Honestly, Assassin's Creed 3 has to win it, I think.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you on that one.
Just to callous myself to feel better. And
we just gave it 2 bad awards and then a good one. Does it need another bad one?
I think, honestly,
yes, it does.
I would say yes, just because of how much it almost ruined how much we enjoy Assassin's Creed, which really sucks.
But does it win?
It wins the lose.
And then runners-up are Hotline Miami and Hitman Absolution?
Yes. Hitman Absolution. Because that, you guys saw me, how after I played that level, I didn't actually ever want to play the game ever again. But then I went back because I wanted to be like, I believe in this. It has to get better. Had I not done that, would have been like one of my most disappointed games of this year. But it ended up being really, really, really good after that. So, what are we doing?
Assassin's Creed 3. The loser, per se.
Yep.
And then Hotline Miami and Hitman Absolution for runners-up.
For worst fucking horrible gameplay part of an otherwise fantastic game. Yeah.
Are we calling the fantastic part of Assassin's Creed sequences 1 through 3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would.
Yeah, I would too.
Because I was so excited to start that
Kinda
game.
fucking sad, though. First 3 parts of that game are good, and then we just shit all over it.
Best intro. All right, do you guys want to write loser or winner next to that or whatever? All right, so our next category is best use of slow motion 2012. And our nominees are
Sniper Elite V2. Max Payne, there should be a 3 there.
there you go.
Max Payne 3. Starhawk. Spec Ops The Line. Blacklight Retribution. Dishonored. Sleeping Dogs. Borderlands 2. And Hitman Absolution.
Mm.
So I think we should go through these and specifically state what is slow motion in these games.
Sure.
So
Sniper Elite V2 has a follow the bullet into people's body in some crazy X-ray blow up fucking gonads and like anything kind of way.
Which you think would get old.
Doesn't.
It does not at all.
In fact, it almost feels like it's not happening enough, even though it's like almost every second bullet.
Oh, fuck.
So there's that.
next we have Max Payne 3, which is the shoot dodging and a very similar thing to Sniper Elite V2, but where you were just like
At the
destroying their face with bullets.
yeah.
Next up is Starhawk, which I don't know if you noticed this because I don't know if you played the single player at all. But when you kill a hawk in that game,
Oh yeah.
it goes like boom, and like slows
Shatters
down
it.
time to almost like a stop while the hawk is exploding, and then resumes to normal speed.
I remember that happening.
And that feels awesome. Similar in that vein is Spec Ops The Line, when you get a headshot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like that with the little pop. Wow, that's a really terrible way to describe that. Didn't realize that. Yeah, I like that it slows it down for that like split second. And
Yeah.
then
You know, like it gives you enough time to actually aim over somebody else's face and then fire again and then just keep that slow motion going.
Yeah.
Some cool ass like, yo, I just tanked everybody. But
Next is Blacklight Retribution, which what's this one, Riccio?
This one, it's tough because it was a very simple thing that I thought was done really well, but now every game seems to have it, like you in Far Cry 3's multiplayer, to the point where when you got shot, it would slow down your death and then show where you got shot from. Every death. So instead of like the kill cam.
I feel like that's been done in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, like Far Cry 3 did it where you're falling and it'll show like exact. Now Far Cry 3 does it a little bit better because it'll do it and then show the bullet tracers.
Yeah.
Medal of Honor Warfighter did the exact same thing as well, where it would slow down to like a crawl, and you could see everything around you as you kind of like topple over, and your sound is cutting out, and it looked really cool. So that one probably doesn't win, but I thought it's cool that multiplayer games are now doing like a bit more stuff when you die.
As
And
opposed
then-
to you're dead.
Here's a kill cam.
Next up is Dishonored. What happens in that, you guys?
Just the slow motion power.
Which is pretty fucking wicked.
Being able to shoot a bullet, see it like exit part of your gun, then back away, and it just stays in the air, and you know it's going to go flying forward and explode. Or just being able to control time, especially when you have the highest level of it, where everything just stops.
Oh,
Because you can just
the best.
stop, go cut people in the face, and like their body's just standing up, and like
Their
shoot
head
another
is
dude,
like will separate the second you stop.
throw a grenade down, put like one of those wire traps, and then you just wait, and then you can just back up and flick it back and just watch everything just go to hell. It was just awesome.
Or if you have the slow mo, like it doesn't stop time, it just
Yeah.
slows it down,
You slowly
and
see
you like
them ripping
throw
up.
down like a razor trap. Like some dude's like la la la, and you just like his limbs just slowly like go up in the air. And oof.
It's pretty much in the same vein of Max Payne of being able to slow down at any time and just watch things
Yeah.
look really cool.
Yeah,
Next up is Sleeping Dogs.
Yep.
Now, when that happens is when you do a forward leap over cover and then aim down the sights of your gun.
Yeah.
yeah.
It'll go into Max Payne bullet time, essentially.
Let me say Vanquish. Let's say Vanquish bullet time.
Why?
You ever played Vanquish? Like,
Yeah, but why is it Vanquish bullet
so
time?
every time you jump over cover or jump into a side and then hit aim, it would go, and that would when it would just go slow motion and stop everything, and you could fire, and it would just like burn up your heater meter thing.
Your heater meter?
Like you
It
had
works
heat-
differently in Sleeping Dogs, though, because it'll start, and if you don't kill anyone when you jump over, it'll stop when your feet hit the ground on the other side of the cover.
Yeah, that's true.
But if you keep killing people, it will stay in slow motion.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Fuck, I really want to play that game.
I just mean like I just love that feeling in Vanquish when you'd hop up and you'd freeze a minute. I know it's not the game of the year, but anyway, it was cool. Anyway,
Yeah.
Sleeping Dogs reminded me of that, but Sleeping Dogs did it really good because yeah, keeping the kills coming and it kept going slow motion. You're running and yeah, that felt really cool.
Next up is Borderlands 2, and it's specifically the character intros.
Yeah.
Where it stops and gives you a splash screen for every new character that comes on
Splash
screen.
screen, Tiny Tina.
But yeah, just those like cuts to showing their name and then like a little tidbit of information about them or
Boom and
something
boom
they
and-
just said.
Yeah.
Seeing
Boom and his brother Boom.
slowly slides on screen slow motion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are pretty great. And then the last one is Hitman Absolution, which
The
is
reason-
that the
it's
mark and execute?
It does mark and execute, as well as similar to Spec Ops: The Line. If let's say you have two people in front of you and your first shot was a silent shot, it'll slow down time for like a good 2 or 3 seconds to like get you to peg off like other people around you as fast as you can.
Yeah.
But it's not like if you keep getting headshots, it'll keep going. So it's just like there's 3 people in a room. You shoot the first dude in the head. You have like 2 seconds to fucking take anybody out so that no one like realizes what happened. So you can just be like, "Doo, doo, doo." But you can also mark and execute, which stops time, and you choose, and then he shoots him. But mark and execute is actually worse because he takes seconds between it, so you'll get spotted. It's just this weird. It looks really sick because you feel like an insane hitman walking into a room with a silenced pistol, and just everybody sees you. But the fact that you pulled out your gun and shot a dude in the face faster than they reacted, and now you have like a few seconds to deal with everybody
As
before
a
anything.
freak out kind
Yeah.
of deal. Yeah.
It's kind of like a doo, doo, doo. Yo, I'm a pro hitman. What's up?
So Starhawk and Spec Ops: The Line are very similar.
Yeah.
Dishonored and Max Payne and Sleeping Dogs
Sleepy dogs.
are pretty similar.
Sniper Elite, I think, has to almost win this.
Yeah. Yeah, that's I don't know, that's
What do you think? What do you think of this? Sniper Elite wins
Yeah.
with Borderlands 2 and something else
I don't-
as runners up.
I know Borderlands 2 is good, but I don't know if it deserves to win.
Why not?
Because
That's a good use of slow motion.
yeah,
Introducing all the
but-
characters, and it plays the like
Yeah.
sound every time.
but I feel like this almost everything else is a gameplay. Borderlands 2 does it in like a weird, like a cinematic.
Yeah. Not
And-
so much as a gameplay feature.
If we threw that in there,
Involving
I have to
slow-mo.
say Resident Evil 6 has some fucking cool ass slow motion cutscenes though.
Yeah, I guess because you're saying it's a cutscene.
Yeah.
But I mean, well, what's in Resident Evil 6? I don't remember any slow motion stuff.
There's a few like dodgy kind of like get the fuck away from stuff, or people like you stuff. Well, things exploding later on at some point in like Leon's and stuff going on. But it's or yeah, I don't know. It's still, I don't know. Like,
This doesn't say best gameplay slow motion, though. It
No,
says
I know.
best use of slow motion.
but I feel like Sniper Elite does something really cool with it, like the zoom in slow motion, like fucking switching to X-ray, blowing like someone's brains out and bones and shattering.
I almost feel like we should have stated the specific uses of slow
Yeah.
motion and put games beside them.
Yeah, I guess
Sniper
so.
Elite and Max Payne have kind of the same thing. Starhawk and Spec Ops, and I guess Hitman have kind of the same thing.
But
Yeah.
I think
Similar.
if you had to choose between,
Well, what are we talking about? We talking about headshot or destruction slowdowns?
no, because
We're
I'm
talking about triggerable slowdown abilities.
No, but I'm saying, but you know how Max Payne 3 and Sniper Elite have like the same kind of style. With Max Payne 3,
keep shooting,
you keep
continue shooting.
but I mean, there's that speed as you get up, and then the like free fall in the air, slow down, really cool feeling.
Yeah.
Like
I think
there's-
Max Payne 3 has to be on this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does. It certainly does, because that's kind of the one when I think of slow-mo, I think Max Payne.
especially with some of the like actual cut to, not like cutscene, but like him shooting something and then something fucking crazy happening, but having that build up of like, yo, shit's going insane, and then
Or
it, like,
because there's no load screens
whoa.
in that game, and it just like cuts into
A slow
you
motion.
better shoot some dudes right now.
Yeah.
And that one time in that chapter, at the end of chapter 5, when it cuts into gameplay,
Yeah.
and you just like busting through those doors, and it's
Oh.
not slow motion at all.
So good.
And everything going around you in slow motion, like stuff can be breaking, windows can be shattering, people can be flying backwards, and the bullets coming at you and all. Like, I think Max Payne is like Sniper Elite, but Max Payne 3
But
is
with
its own
all that
category.
stuff together,
Yeah.
does Max Payne 3 win because Sniper Elite is just the one?
I don't think so, because I think Sniper Elite takes it and goes like to a whole other fucking level of like slow motion. Like, you can slow down the bullet as it's like going into a dude's body, and then watch it go switch to X-ray and like rip him apart.
Except for the X-ray part, you can do that in Max Payne.
yeah,
You can slow down the
No, that's
bullets in
true.
Max Payne.
but I feel like
So you're weighing seeing the internal destruction
no, Max
over
sorry.
no. This is what this is breaking down to. It's because they both have the same slowdown bullet killing, right? Max Payne allows you to continue shooting and destroy external parts of their body. Sniper Elite lets you to witness the giant sniper bullet destroying the internals
But
of their body.
there's the moment before, like the second you click with Sniper Elite, and the only time it's a hit is when it flicks onto that camera, and
Fair enough,
you
yeah.
have that like you're sniping from a long ass distance usually, and this camera's going for 10 seconds as the bullet's traveling, and the entire time you're just like, yo, what the fuck did I hit? And then as it hits,
because you
Like,
don't know. When
No,
that's
you don't know
trigger.
what you're
Yeah.
hitting, because it follows the bullet as it goes out
it'll
of the
go,
barrel.
and it's like I either got him in the face, I got him in the organs. It'll sometimes go to legs, and then you'll like X-ray balls popping, or like, dude, I fucking hit a grenade. Then you see it slowly zoom out and explode him and everybody around him. Like, there's almost this shitty sense of excitement, like, yo, what the fuck did I hit? And like, you just, especially when you're breathing in and out, and then it cuts down to slow motion as you're holding your breath, and you fire that shot, and it's just like, it cuts to that cutscene, or not cutscene, but it cuts to that camera angle, and you're just like, what the fuck is about to happen? Or I don't know.
Yeah, that's a lot more interesting than
Yeah,
it sounded originally.
yeah.
Okay, so
Sniper Elite winner, Max Payne 3, and I would say Dishonored almost.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Dishonored, just because I played around a lot with the slow-mo and the freeze time.
Just because it added that entire, it wasn't only watching shit die in slow motion, it was the fact that you could plan things around the slow motion.
Yes, that the slow motion added
Like
more to it. than-
walking around a room, finding like 12 people and each individually shooting a bullet at like each one of them, and then walking out, or shooting a bullet, or like throwing different things to distract them, or
Yeah.
walking completely past them even, because it's so
Yeah.
fast that you don't even, I don't know.
yeah, all right, I'm good with that.
Cool. All right, so to rephrase, say it, whatever. Sniper Elite V2 winner, Max Payne 3, and Dishonored as runners up.
To best use of slow motion in 2012.
Yes.
Next up, we have best use of screen tearing. The nominees are
We have some-
Silent Hill Downpour,
We have some asshole
Dragon's
categories.
Dogma, Amy, Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City, and Assassin's Creed 3 on the PC, with an honorable mention, because it was fixed in the release version, to Resident Evil 6 demo.
Oh, that was fucking
Because
brutal.
that was horrific.
I want to take out Assassin's Creed 3 for PC because that was my own fault.
Oh, was it?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Way to go.
It improved the frame rate, and I didn't realize that I had accidentally turned it off. So.
Oh.
My bad. Oops.
Silent Hill Downpour, Amy, and Resident Evil.
I wanna
Dragon's Dogma wasn't that bad.
Dragon's Dogma, you know why it wasn't that bad? Is because anybody who played in 10, if you set your option to 1080p and it would downscale it to 720p, it would rip like a motherfucker. If you had it in SD, it would rip like a motherfucker. If you had it in 480p, it would rip. If you had it in any of those weird VGA resolutions, it would rip. If you had it in 720p, it was all right.
That's the most fucked up thing.
It was all right, but it would still rip. So, and a lot of people have different setups. So for a large portion of the world, like, what the fuck is wrong with this game every time I turn? Like, it's silly, but it was fixable.
Silent Hill Downpour, Amy, and Resident Evil.
I'm good with that.
Right,
Resident Evil 6
totally
it got
too.
fixed. Resident Evil 6 got fixed though when it came out
Yeah, but I'm talking about
in the
Raccoon
demo.
City.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I thought you meant. Yeah,
That's
sorry.
also on here.
Yeah, forgot.
We have to mention Resident Evil 6 demo because that was the most horrific screen tearing I've seen in my entire life.
Like a bullet shooting and the muzzle flash ripping in half.
But the fact that
Whoa.
it was an SMG and the dude was moving his hands, so it was like the entire screen ripped in the span of like 2 seconds.
It's like you saw another dimension. Yeah. Yeah, I'm good with. So which one wins?
That's in our dry run on our YouTube channel. Is
Does
that
Downpour
fucking-
win? Because that was really kind of bad too. Like, is that the winner, Downpour?
I think Amy's the winner with how little is going on in that fucking game.
And the fact that the frame rate's like barely holding up, it's like 5-10 frames. It's ripping.
And it's
for
still
it.
ripping. Yes.
Like, oh god, you guys don't even have VSync.
Jesus
Sweet
Christ.
Jesus.
And there's nothing going on in Amy. There's no physics. There's fucking nothing. It's always just like empty fucking areas.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
Amy wins.
Yeah. All right. Amy wins. Silent Hill Downpour and Raccoon City, Operation Raccoon City are the runners up.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
I'm gonna write them. Somebody write winner.
I think you mean loser.
Yeah. No, he's a real winner. Our next one is a bit of a fight. It's best zombect or zombie characterist ish thing of the year.
All right, list these off, and I'm going to tell you the
So-
one that I think wins.
So Resident Evil 6 with their crazy kind of almost insect-like flying weird shit and
Yeah,
some
those are
like,
really weird.
weird ass stuff. Halo 4's Flood, which is only playable in multiplayer. Zombie U, which is a legit scary ass fucking black-eyed like zombies that scream at you and the craziest shit. So the actual horror zombies. We have Black Ops 2's pretty much unkillable zombies sometimes. Darkness 2, I'll take it out. Because it doesn't really... It's like these weird kind of mutated dudes instead. It doesn't make sense. The Walking Dead's zombies, which are emotionally charged zombies.
Emotionally charged.
Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City, which I don't remember what kind... There was just normal zombies, but... Yeah. I don't know.
That was back when, when that game takes place is
Yeah.
when they are not zombies,
Okay, yeah.
when
Okay.
they're infected humans.
Okay, yeah. Resident Evil Revelations, which were water zombies, which were made of water, and they were zombies.
What?
I like the next one.
Scribblenauts, where you could just zombie something, and anything that touches it, whether it's a robot, a plant, a sun, or like Cthulhu, it'll turn into a zombie.
And that's sad that our dry run for that is
Broken.
unwatchable.
Yeah, we have to redo that. War Z, where zombies actually not that scary can get punched in the face and be killed slowly. Not really punched, it's any melee weapon. Anyway. And DayZ, where zombies are pretty much like breakdancing, running weird ass fucking glitched out things. And I'll take the other one out, but yeah.
We had an interesting discussion here.
Yeah. Robot zombies from not zombies, robot things from Binary Domain, but nah.
And you wrote used to be half people. And
Yeah.
I wrote spoilers. And you wrote nope, it's a story thing at the start. The people
Yeah,
who are robots
the
face ripping
something
cutscene.
children, I forget what they're called anyway. But
And
yeah.
I wrote well, thank God.
So yeah. In terms of
Zombie U.
I think
Zombie, for
is
sure.
like I can't believe Zombie did
Runners up, Walking Dead, and Black Ops.
Okay. Yeah, because everything else wasn't actually zombies.
Yep.
RE6 failed. Flood failed. Operation Raccoon City was okay.
They weren't zombies.
Yeah. Okay.
He's not a zombie.
They were infected and they were clumped pretty good. But you could punch them to death, like fucking just melee those things down. Those anyway.
Yeah.
I can't believe I beat
Raccoon
that.
City was fucking bad.
I can't believe I beat that game. Yeah. Did you ever finish it, Dan?
No.
I think we should almost the ending part.
No. I don't
want to.
Let's just say it turned into a team deathmatch game. That was the most fucking angriest shit you ever had to fucking try and beat. Because anyway, fuck that game. Yeah, Zombie U, I can't believe they actually managed to make zombies super scary again. A little blip on your radar and a fucking crazy ass scream, and as they start like banging on walls and shit to get in or doors, terrifying. Especially the fact that one can grab you and it's over. So yeah, whatever. Zombie U, let's just give it to that. That's not a super cheesy ass category, but whatever. Zombie U, you said what? Black Ops 2?
And Walking Dead.
Walking Dead, yeah. Shitty ass category. But there's a lot of zombie stuff this year, which is totally should die soon, I hope, and not come back. We'll leave the other one for after this, whatever. So our next category is best new console 2012. Dan, what do you think? Vita or Devin? Vita or Zombie U?
All right. Well, first off, Riccio, what do you think it is?
Wii U, but that's for my taste because I don't like handheld devices that much because I don't pull them out often. I don't like whipping it out. If I'm at home, I'd play console. And Zombie, I keep saying Zombie, because that is U at the end, man. And Wii U has so far shown itself to be friggin' awesome, especially with people around. Has brought some pretty good times. And other than the weird shittiness of the updates and the weird loadingness of stuff, I think there's going to be some genuinely awesome stuff for that console.
We're not talking about the games here, man. We're talking about the consoles themselves.
I think it is really cool.
PlayStation Vita 2012.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
All right, so runner-up, PlayStation Vita.
Runner-up, Wii U.
Just run them both up.
Both of them.
They have both kind of failed in some ways, so that would be an interesting way to do that.
I don't think the Vita is the winner, just because I think it's the PlayStation Plus handheld.
That doesn't make it bad.
Shut up.
I don't think the Wii U wins either because it's garbage updates and crazy load times on stuff.
Hey, you can access the browser from in-game so that you can open up your walkthroughs and
you can access the browser from in-game on the Vita too.
Yeah, but not on an Xbox.
Oh, man.
We're not talking about a fucking Xbox.
I just said Xbox, though. All right, winner Xbox and iPhone 5 is the winner. No, actually, I have no idea. Runner up both of them. Fantastic. Actually, you know what? For what these two things that came out this year, actually kind of cool. Next year will be a completely different.
But you're right;
game.
they're not winning consoles, either of them.
Yeah, they're. I think Wii
both
U,
runners up.
I think Wii U will become good.
And I think
Vita,
we each like them for different reasons. Because I like playing handheld stuff, and the Vita is definitely more of a single-player system.
Yeah, and the Wii U is definitely an awesome group of friends type of experience. That makes it shine more than the 360 and PS3 can with their stuff.
And you can cast it.
And I can cast it.
Kind of.
Sort of, yeah.
Half of it.
Yeah. Damn it. So, yeah.
Runners up.
Runners up. Wii U, PlayStation Vita. Just want to kind of remember this next year. There was some too awesome.
Why did you highlight all of that?
Because I just selected. Doesn't matter. It says lol. So,
this is the second last one, I guess, right?
Yeah, second last one.
oh yeah, okay. Wait, well, do you want to skip? Do you want to do my which one?
You have to pick that, and I don't know what I want to stand here and like listen to you think about that.
I'll make it quick.
The category we're talking about is Riccio's horror game of the year.
All right, so
because he plays a bunch of them.
Because the games I played this year, because I used to do like a Fright Day casting, I still kind of do. The games I played this year were Silent Hill Downpour, Lone Survivor, which I didn't finish, SCP Containment Breach, which was a small game that came out this year, along with a lot of other stuff. Daisy, which was released as a mod to Arma 2. The Slender games, all of them, even the Slenderman Shadow stuff. I know they're all from different developers. Well, the Slenderman Shadow ones are, and all those Slender mod and Real Slender shit. All that. The game Witch, which I believe came out this year. Home, which was a horror kind of novel game, which was actually really interesting. Cry of Fear, which is a mod for Half-Life 1, but a mod that was worked on for multiple years and finally came out this year. Eerie, which was a developed game at some school for like a psych type of game, and we played that. Zombie U came out for the Wii U, pretty awesome. And that's it, because the other one I didn't actually get to before we did this. If I had to pick a horror game of the year and like pick from like a list of
And your 2 runners up, man.
You already know what I'm gonna pick for number 1. All right, so Zombie U definitely I think is awesome, because of so much stuff it's done, and bringing back the survival horror feeling is pretty fucking fantastic. In terms of good times with friends, and as terrible as it is, and we've never been able to live that moment yet, and I really want to, I think the Slenderman games are fucking awesome. And
no,
there's been good videos.
So those are your runners up, and then Eerie is horror game of the year, right?
No, Zombie. No.
Fucking Running Simulator 2012. Fucking great.
Eerie is the best experience I've had with a horror game this year.
Eerie was really great.
Okay, that's Dan's pick right here. Is what I'm going to write beside this.
Yeah, Eerie is going to be yes, because of that breathing ass fucking sound that just will always haunt my dreams.
Okay, Devin, you got to pick one too now. That's what this means.
I have to pick one too?
Yeah.
Oh, I fucking loved Eerie. That was hilarious.
All right, so Eerie's definitely a runner-up.
Oh, man, Eerie.
Well, no, that's
good.
just me and Devin being like, yo, Riccio, this is the real winner. You're stupid, but this is your list, so go for it.
Actually, okay, yeah. Okay, my list of this would be Zombie U is something that's awesome, frightening, survival horror-ish. Cry of Fear has to fucking almost be second, like close to Zombie U, because that game is awesome for what has been done with the Half-Life 1 engine. There's animations to it. There's like camera angles and all this crazy shit, and it's fucking scary as hell. And it's got a decent story that almost is Silent Hill-y and awesome. And Slender.
I forgot that you and I totally played through that co-op with John and one of his friends.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Totally tanked that whole
thing. That was funny as fuck with us, though. But yeah, so, and Slender has to be third because it's just been something huge this year that is now kind of overplayed, but has been so
what's
much
first,
fun.
Zombie U?
Zombie U.
Whoa.
Dude, yeah. It's messed because of how it like gets in your brain with just the stupid motion sensor or the hearing of zombies or not having a map and just being freaked out. There's so much shit that it just does right. And I love it for that.
Eerie Game of the Year all years.
Eerie, I wish could be on this list as well for me because you guys enjoy that at my expense.
That was so good.
Go check out our Eerie videos on YouTube actually because
I
lose my voice on the first scream. I'm pretty sure. Fucking bad. Anyway, all right. I'm gonna pick
what was the other game with like the thing that popped out of the ticket machine?
The quarter.
Haunted Investigations.
Yeah,
that was a good one.
That was also real good.
Look, okay, well I can totally trigger this. Yeah. We also have a video of that as well. So check out Haunted Investigations. Probably one of those videos. We have multiple for that one up.
So if I had to pick 3 out of this list, it would be Eerie and then runners-up Silent Hill Downpour and Haunted Investigations.
Nice.
That's it.
What about Survivors? That like multiplayer Slender like werewolf screaming game. Anyway.
Fuck that. Can't compare.
Yeah, I know. All right, that was good.
Silent Hill was real dumb in a lot of ways. So that's why I liked it.
And the last category before we get to the game of the year,
the big one.
Yeah. Best possible game that we didn't get to play.
No,
this
it's
year.
Possible best game.
Possible best game.
Possible game. It means it's not possibly a game.
Yeah. Possible best game we didn't play this year. Which down the list, things we didn't play that could have been good: Sign Mora, Never Dead, Final Fantasy 13 2, Shank 2, Twisted Metal, Kinect Star Wars, Steel Battalion Heavy Armor, Inversion, Fable the Journey, Half-Life Episode 3, Secret World, and The Secret World, sorry, which is now free to play.
Yeah, it is.
Kinda. You buy the game. It's like
$30.
Oh god, I just realized that Guild Wars 2 wasn't on anything. That's what I wanted to add. Oh well.
Too late.
It didn't have any really no. It was good, but it was best multiplayer game. Anyway, whatever. Man, Half-Life 2 Episode 3 probably.
All right. I think that the best possible one none of us played is Sign Mora, because I hear nothing but good things about that game.
I agree.
Same. I would say as a runner-up, that could have been a good time, depending on how we would have played it. Steel Battalion Heavy Armor could have been great if we would have actually done that. One dude controlling the tank, one dude has a controller in his hand.
Yeah.
I think that could have been a lot of fun. And another game which I heard was good, but not my kind of game, possibly Twisted Metal. People were freaking out about that game, and then it just went dead when it came out. I didn't hear anything about it.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
So, I don't know. Maybe pushing arrows into horses? Fable Journey? Connect Star Wars, Dan? You're not going to fight for it?
No.
Okay.
I think it's Signmora and then runners up Steel Battalion and Secret World. That's what I think.
I would go with that. I would go with that. Secret World, I think, is actually pretty cool with the Googling for stuff and try to figure out actual riddles. I'd be good with this. Signmora is actually something I've been wanting to pick up, so. Signmora. Winner.
Booyah.
Runners up.
Steel Battalion.
Steel Battalion, thank you.
And the Secret World.
Secret World.
Yeah.
So there we go. Whoops.
Try
And-
both of those someday.
Yeah. Especially Secret World if it goes on sale anytime soon. I want to pick it up 'cause it's free.
Winter sales are going to be starting soon.
Yeah, I figure.
Maybe already started by the time you're listening to this.
Ooh, shit.
Yeah.
That's true. So the main category. Goodbye, everybody. No, kidding. Game of the year.
Wait. How long have we been recording?
An hour and a half.
Okay.
We're good. So Game of the Year 2012.
The nominees are
Max Payne 3, Mass Effect 3, Borderlands 2, Sleepy Dogs, XCOM Enemy Unknown, Far Cry 3, and The Walking Dead, which won't win it.
I want to say one of these, Mass Effect 3, was one that I didn't think had a chance.
But now that we've been like reminiscing about all the rest of this stuff,
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's a tough one. They're all fucking crazy good games.
I think my three are Max Payne 3, Far Cry 3, and Sleepy Dogs.
3.
mine are Max Payne, Borderlands 2, and Far Cry 3.
Mine would have to be The Walking Dead #1. And God damn you, Clementine. It's a toss up to me because I had like different experiences with a lot of these games. Like XCOM to me has been a very awesome experience because of the way I've been playing it.
Yeah. I don't know.
But I don't know. Walking Dead, Borderlands 2, and it's a fucked up toss up between almost Far Cry 3 or Mass Effect 3 because of how much I feel like I've actually enjoyed Mass Effect 3, but let my, I guess, opinion get like shit on by some people. Be like, okay, no,
It's almost like I feel like even though Mass Effect 3 was this big conclusion to a trilogy, I still have enjoyed the experience I've had with Far Cry, Borderlands, and Max Payne.
Yeah.
A lot more than Mass Effect. It was a crazy thing to go through, but since then I have had more fulfilling experiences
With the others.
Yeah, I
compared to
guess.
the Mass Effect.
I guess my judgment is just sort of like muddy because I spent that entire month going through all three of them, so it was less of Mass Effect 3, I guess, that was good, and more that I fucking did everything that game had in just one straight shot of awesomeness. So yeah, I guess Walking Dead 3, Jesus Christ, Walking Dead, Far Cry 3, and my last one would probably be XCOM.
All right, so I think we know our top one.
Borderlands, god damn it.
I think we know our top one.
What's the top one you're saying here?
I think Far Cry 3 is our...
I actually almost don't even want to fucking say that one. You know what? Screw it. Walking Dead for me, Borderlands 2, and fucking XCOM.
I want to say Borderlands 2.
Yeah, fuck that. It is not happening. I do not fucking agree.
2 against 1. All right, fine, everybody. Let's make an easy choice. Walking Dead, number 1. Borderlands 2, number 2. What's the 3 game that we have here? That's a tough one, man.
It's not Borderlands 2.
The amount of writing and awesome shit and co-opness and content that Borderlands 2 ended up having. Because Borderlands 2 took me like 30 some hours, let's say, to finish. And all of it, I was totally into it the entire way through. When I did co-op with a lot of people, or when I didn't, it was awesome. Every time you saw a nod to another game, I felt it was awesome. Yeah. Far Cry 3, I felt, because of that big hit in the middle, as much as the side stuff is good, I also did all the side stuff in Borderlands 2. As well as I still feel like going back and making other characters and trying out the new DLC, and I know I'm going back to Borderlands 2. However, Far Cry 3, now that I finished it, even though there's side quests and other hunting things I can go to, I'm fucking done with it.
I played a fuck ton of Max Payne 3. That gameplay is so solid, and I really like the story and the style and everything in it. Okay, I don't think Far Cry 3 is gonna.
All right. We'll take Far Cry 3 out due to the big hit it takes in the middle.
I'm not saying that it doesn't. I'm saying it doesn't win Game of the Year, but
all
it
of
could
these,
be a runner-up.
All of these are must plays.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. They're all. You all have to play them. Like they all have to be played.
But man, no matter what wins, Walking Dead will be the only one that I truly remember. And I forget every fucking game I play.
I'm gonna remember Max Payne 3 and Borderlands, and Mass Effect 3.
To be honest with you,
I remember all these games. What the fuck am I talking about? I remember like everything that I play.
I used to, but now I kind of don't. I don't know why.
now it all blurs together for
I
you.
just don't get enough sleep. Man, oh my god. There's got to be a different way you can pick this. There's got to be like, we each take one, and then there's like all 3 of us good one. Which one out of all these?
I don't know. Like the worst part is I'm like flip flopping now, because, like Mass Effect 3, after I finished that game, there was like a hole in my chest, where I was just like,
it's crazy that a game could do that to you.
What is this? Like, and because I was doing it in like big stints of playing it, like I was doing it like 6 hours at a time, and like when I finished it, it was just like,
That's what I'm saying. Like me hitting 3 games and then having some characters go off and whatever happens to whatever, being hit by that and being like, I just spent a month worth of time.
Shouldn't we be doing Game of the Year in a different way, like actually ranking them?
Yeah.
yeah.
But okay, I think we should rank them, but all 3 of us, let's go through each one and just take one. So if we think of all of us Max Payne 3, we all enjoyed the story. I'm pretty sure we all loved the multiplayer.
Yep.
Characters
Gameplay,
were awesome.
everything,
Gameplay was great.
Characters.
Right now, looking at this and after this talk, would you go back and play more of it?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Yep.
Yeah?
Yep.
Okay. I would probably go back and try the New York Minute thing, but skipping all the cutscenes and all that, because I didn't like it that kind of way. Mass Effect 3, storyline wise, fucking great. It tied up a lot of stuff, left some stuff open, obviously. Maybe not the strongest ending, but we were all kind of happy with it. Multiplayer was really good. Gameplay felt fucking great. But would you go back and relive, whether it's the Mass Effect trilogy or just ever play this game again?
I guess we can't really include DLCs because this is standalone games. So no.
Which sucks.
The only reason I would go back and play that game is once all the DLCs are released.
Yeah.
I would download them all and I would play them all.
I think it was memorable, but it's not. It's a must play to go through that entire series, but with the chance that people will flop and hate the ending, or the chance that you might just be okay with it, maybe not a winner, but still an overall great game.
Fair enough.
So Mass Effect 3, I think, is officially out of the main win.
Yep.
Borderlands 2 is going to be a tough one because Devin kind of dropped out on the game like 3/4 through it or whatever.
Like, I really, like, I'm not saying that I didn't enjoy Borderlands 2. I really did. I just, the combat didn't have enough of a hook in me to have it finish up.
Were you co-oping most of the game, or did you solo it?
Soloed all of
I
it.
soloed the entire game.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I feel like what would make you not enjoy that game if you're not enjoying the story and all that would be that if you're dying constantly, then the combat kind of feels like ass to go in and be on the ground and then hope to God you can get that stand-up thing.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
playing co-op, that means you just kind of keep going. You die, but you hit the ground running because somebody can, like, if you have a siren, they'll just pick you up from across the land, the fucking map, hit one button, like the bumper or whatever the fuck you're playing on, and just insta-res you across the world.
Yeah, fair
so
enough.
there's a lot more like downtime, a lot less downtime. Sorry, when you're playing co-op.
Yeah.
So maybe that would have been like what would have made you enjoy
that's
it
a
more.
possibility.
But Borderlands 2 had, I think, a shit ton of content.
Yeah, I do agree with that, and it has really good writing and really
Awesome.
funny, witty jokes in it.
Awesome
Like,
music too that we.
The arms dealer mission,
Yeah, boner fart as well.
fucking hilarious.
An actual good storyline that made you care about certain characters or certain things that are going on. Unlike Borderlands 1, that was good. You liked some of the characters, but
And the villain.
yeah, and the villain and the lines he will deliver.
Yeah,
that
all
he
right.
delivers through the
All right.
entire thing.
No, it's
But I would still go back and I'm going to true Vault Hunter that whole
Yeah,
game.
same. I still want to do that, and I still want to do all the DLCs. I still want to make like other
Well,
characters.
we can't count the DLCs,
I
though.
I still want to make other characters then, and
That's the other thing. The characters are so different that
yeah,
I almost feel like playing it through, which each of the other 3 characters,
yeah,
because I played a commando,
yeah.
would be totally different. Maybe
True.
that's
And
why
even-
you're not having a lot of fun with this, Devin, because a commando is, I think, the solo class,
oh yeah.
because he's got the turret he can throw down,
I'm
and that's
playing
like your
Gunzerker,
partner.
So.
Well, then your partner's another gun. Like,
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not that I wasn't having fun. I just don't know. I just
just wore out.
I just wore out on it.
So Borderlands 2 is kind of, we're not sure yet. We'll keep that. So far it's Max Payne 3 and Borderlands 2 sort of. Sleeping Dogs, I think, is a really good game. Fantastic story. Crazy ass characters. Was way better than any of us expected. I didn't do any of the side stuff in that. Didn't care for much of it. And I don't see myself going back to it though.
And neither do I.
Fair enough.
So awesome game of the year, maybe not so much, but fantastic game from this year.
Yes.
XCOM is a toughie. I don't think it can actually win because I haven't really finished it. I know it's an awesome game. The reason I like it is maybe for a reason that
The other
I
thing
can't
is
pass
it's
on to
just
people.
an addictive gameplay. There
Yeah.
isn't
The
a
story's
whole lot of else there. There's some
Yeah.
good music in it, but
it's addictive for the same reason that Civilization is addictive.
Yeah.
It's the point is how much are you going to enjoy of it without really a storyline because you kind of make it yourself. There is a storyline, yes, but
It's nothing substantial.
it's just to pull you along kind of what's going on.
yeah.
Multiplayer wise, I don't think we're really going to touch it because it doesn't really have the right thing that we're into. Gameplay wise was fantastic. Man, like I don't know, everything gameplay wise was fantastic in that game, but probably not a contender for the win because
every single one of these games had fantastic gameplay.
oh yeah, yeah. So XCOM probably not going to win it. Fucking awesome game. Far Cry 3 is easily the best and most disappointing game to me in this list because music's fantastic, the missions were fantastic, the side quests were awesome, the multiplayer was pretty darn great, the co-op was sort of lackluster but still awesome. The characters were amazing. Voss is probably going to stick with me forever when I think of like amazing characters in games, but because of certain choices that they did and maybe my own fault for overhyping myself with a lot of stuff expecting from it, I can't see myself really going back and starting that game up again or trying to do all the other stuff it has to offer just because I don't know. It's choices of stuff.
I can see myself going to 100% most of that game.
I will easily say that now that you're at the second island, excuse me, going through the outposts and radio towers, I was still enjoying myself till about halfway through those islands ones because it made me realize like it started being like really trudging through it and then seeing the other missions and being like, it's just more of the kind of samey stuff. It's still good, but it's more the samey stuff.
Felt more like a filler than actually doing it.
There's a point where it's gonna, well, at least for me, it dropped, and it was just totally loving it with the side quests, and then it was just like I am done because there's the hunt and kill ones, there's the hunt for animals, and there's the side quests, which I hear are maybe not so great. So
yeah, fair enough. I see where you can go with where you went off with that.
I'm just
like I don't know. I do it in fits and spurts of like, okay, time to do a whole bunch of side quests, and I'm like, all right, no, I need to stop this and do a main one, or I'm just like, I'm done with it for now.
Yeah, I guess it's once you feel that thing, you want to go do a main one when the main one's not like a great one.
Yeah,
you're like, okay, well,
fuck.
I guess I fall back onto these crappy things for a while.
Yeah, yeah, understandable.
Plus the unlocks.
That's why I don't think it's game of the year, but it's still really good and really fun to play.
Yeah.
And it looks fucking gorgeous.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Even when you're not running it on like ultra settings,
yeah,
still looks good.
Yeah,
which is insane. And then Walking Dead, which sadly probably won't win because you bastards, but was a fucking crazy experience of this year.
But would you go play it again?
I would. But I would have to... I would because I would like to see certain other outcomes. While there's always like a definite end and there's some different things that can happen in between, some of my choices from talking with other people who've played it, you learn way more backstory with some characters if you do certain things, or certain characters that may be killed off at certain points that you can choose other things for them or other stuff. Like, I would go back in to learn more about other characters, and maybe definitely once there's a second season of that coming out, I'm going to probably replay the first one.
Cool.
Even though I'm going to be really sad, but I'll do it.
So what we're looking at here is Max Payne, Mass Effect, Borderlands, and Far Cry.
Yes.
Well,
yeah. That's unfortunately what we're looking at.
Well, from what I heard, from what I got was Max Payne 3, Borderlands 2, and Far Cry-ish. Well, it would be Max Payne 3. Effect? We did, but none of us really go back to it. And as much as it was a crazy thing,
I've been meaning to, but I
guess that's true because...
But just because the wishy-washiness of it being like, yo, if you were to recommend to someone, to be like, yo, you might like it, or you're going to really fucking hate the ending of it.
Yeah.
And like, for replayability and stuff, it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless you start from one and redo that whole story with your shepherd.
And knowing that ending is going to, no matter what you do,
always be there.
It's a hard thing to kind of replay.
Yeah.
So we've got Max Payne, Borderlands, and Far Cry.
Yeah. Had I fucked up my playthrough of Mass Effect 3 and had characters die throughout the other games and not show up in the other ones, I would say, hell yes, I'd go through it again to see what they have to offer if they're alive.
But
I managed
as most people did, perfect playthroughs.
Yeah. Unintentionally, but yes.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, yeah. So Max Payne 3, Borderlands 2, and...
Far Cry.
For all of
Far Cry's a runner-up.
Yeah,
we
Far
know
Cry's
that.
a runner-up for sure.
So is it Max Payne 3 or Borderlands 2?
To me, it's Borderlands 2 because I think Max Payne 3's story failed to live up to a lot of the stuff that 1 and 2 were. As much as I know that Rockstar was trying to really do their own take on that character, I guess.
Yeah.
But Borderlands 2, I can remember a lot of stuff that happened in there. And Max Payne 3... I kind of know...
More of a general vibe of that. I like that.
Like, I shot people. I got shot.
I'd ate pills.
I lost my hair at some point. And I believe there's a boat. And a plane.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, I can't...
You know what? I agree with you on that one. I think Max Payne 3 will most likely be a runner-up. The writing is superior in Borderlands 2. The characters are more notable in Borderlands 2.
The music was
constantly
like, yes, the zone.
The music was constantly better in Borderlands 2. So I'm gonna concede Max Payne 3 to Borderlands 2 for myself. Dan?
Yeah, Borderlands 2.
Borderlands 2.
Unity Game of the Year.
Unity Game of the Year is Borderlands 2.
Dos.
With second place, Max Payne 3.
Far
Third
Cry
place,
3,
Far Cry
third.
3.
Far Cry 3 is
Far
third
Cry
place.
3rd. Sorry.
With an honorable mention to XCOM and Walking Dead and Sleepy Dogs.
And Mass Effect 3, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
We loved it, though.
I think the fact that we nominated all these is the honorable mention.
Yeah,
too.
Yeah.
those are the honorable mentions.
And I really, really believe that Sleeping Dog was a fucking crazy sleeper hit of this year.
Oh yeah, for sure, totally was. It's great.
All right, well, that's it. If you guys had any Game of the Years yourself, or you had any maybe disagreements with us, or anything that you think should have won,
We'd love to hear them.
let us know in the comments on YouTube. Or if you're listening on iTunes, list them on the comments on YouTube, or tweet us or something.
Yeah, just send us a
Anything.
message.
We'll probably get back to you as whichever way you do it. So
Yeah. So, I guess thank you guys for tuning in, and
it's been a long day.
it's been a long day.
Borderlands 2.
Borderlands 2,
Game
Game of the Year,
of the fucking year.
the fucking year.
I've been playing this entire time, guys. I just totally tricked you. Yeah.
Well, I guess thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you check out our marathon from the 28th to the 31st
Of December,
of
2012.
2012. It's
If the
gonna
world's
be
not
crazy.
ended.
Yeah,
So
it's gonna be
The
good.
world's over. No one will ever hear these.
Oh yeah, that's
shut
true.
up. Shut up. Don't say it. We worked hard. So yeah. Thanks, and take care.
I've been Sompy.
I've been Riccio.
And I've been Dan.